The year is 2025 and a seismic shift is shaking the American automotive industry. Toyota and Honda, once staples of American roads, are pulling back from the US market, a move that marks the end of an era. For decades, these brands set the standard for reliability and efficiency, becoming part of American life. Their retreat signals a profound change for car buyers, workers, and the global economy. Imagine assembly plants falling silent, dealership lots once packed with Camrys and Civics now sparse. The news, once rumor, is now a full-blown industry crisis, sending shockwaves nationwide. The implications are vast. Jobs, consumer choice, and America's role in global manufacturing are all at stake. This is about more than cars. It's about competition, disruption, and the future of American industry. In late summer 2025, both automakers announced a strategic realignment, shifting focus away from the US. The message: America is no longer their centerpiece. Tonight, we break down what this means for the industry, the economy, and you.
To grasp the impact, we need to look back. Honda arrived in 1959, first selling motorcycles, but the 1973 oil crisis made the Civic a sensation, fuel-efficient and reliable. Toyota, meanwhile, built its reputation on quality and efficiency, with the Corolla and Camry becoming household names. These brands earned trust not through flash, but through millions of trouble-free miles. In the 1980s, both began building cars in America, creating jobs and revitalizing communities. Honda's Marysville, Ohio plant and Toyota's Georgetown, Kentucky facility became symbols of global manufacturing. They introduced new production techniques, created vast supplier networks, and blurred the lines between foreign and domestic automakers. Their presence pushed Detroit to improve, benefiting American consumers with better, safer cars. From the Prius to top resale values, Toyota and Honda became integral to the US auto ecosystem. Their deep roots in communities across the country make this pullback a personal story for many. For decades, they were more than automakers. They were part of the American dream. Now, their retreat marks a turning point. The legacy they leave behind will shape the industry for years to come.
The first shock came August 15, 2025. Toyota announced it would phase out Camry and RAV4 production in Kentucky and Indiana, retooling plants for specialized vehicles. The reason? Shifting resources to next-gen mobility in emerging markets. The supplier industry felt the chill immediately. 2 weeks later, Honda dropped its own bombshell. The Accord and CR-V would be discontinued in the US by 2027, with major production cuts in Ohio and Indiana. Honda's CEO cited high labor costs and a tough regulatory environment, saying growth lies in electrification and autonomy elsewhere. Toyota plans a 40% US production cut by 2028, impacting over 7,000 jobs. Honda's reduction is even steeper, affecting 8,000 employees. Both will still sell select vehicles, mainly trucks, luxury models, and imports, but their mass market era is over. Sources say years of internal debate led to this aggressive EV competition. From Tesla, Rivian, and Chinese brands forced a choice. Rather than fight on multiple fronts, Toyota and Honda are consolidating, focusing on markets with clearer growth. The US is no longer the battleground for their future. This is a strategic pivot, not a full exit. The industry is left to fill the void. The landscape has changed overnight. The next chapter belongs to those ready to adapt.
In 2024, Toyota and Honda sold over 3.5 million vehicles in the US, nearly 22% of the market. The Camry and Accord were bestsellers for decades. Their exit leaves a massive gap. Over 60,000 Americans work directly for these companies, with a total employment impact exceeding 500,000 when including suppliers and dealerships. Their plants, mostly in the Midwest and South, have been economic engines for entire regions. But profitability in the US mass market has eroded, squeezed by price competition and rising costs. A recent JP Morgan report showed thinning margins on sedans and SUVs. Competing in the US EV market would require massive investment with uncertain returns. Data shows US EV production costs outpace other regions, putting legacy automakers at a disadvantage. The numbers pointed to a tough choice: double down on a risky US EV strategy or focus on more profitable markets. The decision was clear: retreat and consolidate. The vacuum left behind will reshape the market. Competitors are scrambling to respond. The data tells a story of shifting priorities and hard realities.
The pullback is a shockwave for the American economy and society. Thousands of skilled manufacturing jobs in states like Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio are at risk. Jobs that built middle-class security for generations. The ripple effect hits suppliers, truck drivers, and local businesses, threatening entire communities. For car buyers, fewer choices and higher prices are likely as competition shrinks. The days of affordable, reliable Toyotas and Hondas on every lot are ending. Socially, this challenges the idea that globalization always benefits American workers. The retreat raises tough questions about the future of U.S. manufacturing. Empty factories will stand as stark reminders of a changing world.
Industry experts say this was inevitable. Dr. Michelle Krebs notes Toyota and Honda face a multi-front war squeezed by Hyundai and Kia below, Tesla and EV startups above, with real growth in Asia and Africa. David Cole highlights the immense cost of building EV platforms and battery factories, hundreds of billions, while Toyota and Honda lag in US EV tech. Their pullback conserves capital for a global catch-up, free from US regulatory uncertainty. Labor costs also played a role. Recent UAW gains narrowed the wage gap, eroding a key advantage for these companies. Professor Harley Shaken says higher labor costs and electrification expenses made US mass-market production unsustainable. Geopolitics matter too. Supply chains are global, and US-China tensions make a massive US base risky. By consolidating elsewhere, Toyota and Honda reduce exposure to tariffs and disruptions. This is a defensive move to protect global operations. The industry is realigning for a new era. The US is no longer the center of gravity. The future will be decided elsewhere.
Toyota and Honda's announcements have rocked Washington, leaving politicians scrambling. Once celebrated as models of foreign investment, these companies' pullback is now a political crisis. The White House is in emergency talks, while opposition leaders blame economic and environmental policies for driving jobs away. The debate will dominate upcoming elections, especially in affected states. The administration argues this proves the need to invest in green jobs and domestic EV production, blaming the automakers for failing to innovate. New subsidies and incentives are likely, aiming to attract other automakers and fill the void. The government faces a tough choice: fight to keep these jobs or focus on building a new, high-tech auto industry. This moment forces a national conversation about the future of American manufacturing.
For American drivers, the impact is immediate. The loss of Camry, Accord, RAV4, and CR-V means fewer reliable, affordable options. Competitors will try to fill the gap, but the variety and value once offered by Toyota and Honda will be gone. Less competition means higher prices and fewer discounts. The era of the sub-$30,000 high-quality family sedan may be ending. Used car prices for Toyotas and Hondas will rise as supply dwindles. Current owners may see their vehicles appreciate, but new buyers will pay more. The shift accelerates the move to electric vehicles as gas-powered options disappear. For many, the next car may be electric, by necessity, not just choice.
Toyota and Honda's retreat marks a turning point for the American auto industry. The challenge now is supporting workers and communities left behind, requiring coordinated action from government and business. For Detroit and South Korean automakers, it's a chance to win new customers. For EV startups, an opportunity to accelerate change. The competitive landscape has been redrawn. The winners will be those who innovate and adapt. This is a call to action. What kind of manufacturing future do we want? The decisions made today will shape our economy and the cars we drive for decades. Join the conversation. America's automotive story is far from over.